Okay, so we have a thumbs up for Into Which the Breathing Descends. It is part of the Southwest Review, Volume 100, Issue 2. I felt that the setting took place in the freight trains, and it was about people who jump freights and go from city to city, not really caring about anything or anyone. I felt that it was intriguing and really draws in the reader just by the fact that these people don't really have homes, they just go from one city to the other. The message I feel like it portrays is kind of wasted time. The story educates readers about accepting who you are and allowing yourself to be happy. This story is about a guy who is unable to face the world as a gay man and forces himself to live his life alone because of what others think, and what he decides to embrace who he is and go for what he wants, and ends up being too late. I feel like readers can relate to this because we often find ourselves consumed by what society thinks and how they feel like we should act, and so we live that life. And unfortunately, it forces us to sometimes be unhappy with the decisions that we make. And so the story can be related into the fact that we also allow ourselves to do things that we really don't want to. The characters are interesting. There's two main characters, but the main character I feel is believable. I've heard of people jumping into freights and living their lives in motion, never stopping, and also just moving from place to place because they can't just be in one spot for very long. It is interesting with his experiences with his family not accepting him and him deciding to run away and be free by living his life alone, which ultimately saddens him because he wants to have that love and affection towards others, but is unable to accept himself for who he is. The message of the story is I'm enriched by the idea of doing what I want in life and what makes me happy, and not allowing other people's opinions to dictate my happiness and lifestyle. In the story, he ends up being able to accept who he is and goes with his heart in loving another man, but ultimately it's too late. He has missed his window of opportunity to be happy, so he spent so many years alone and others dictating his happiness that by the time he was able to accept it, it was just too late. I went through a couple of stories. This is a story that really captured my attention, with the first couple pages being that these guys jump on these trains and just really live life city by city. And I felt it was a really good story. It was really short, which was nice, but it was a good story, and you guys should take the time to read because it's very interesting. Have a good night.